a good life. A good life is beyond what people think. Welcome to Life and Living with Samson Olusola Olatunju.
Hello, once again, members of this family, Life and Living with Samson Olatunji. We still have the court of public opinions in our family house, and so that's why we want to present this matter before the court. The matter is about two lovebirds. Let's call the man Ademan and the woman Adewoman. They met at the headquarters of a parastatal where they worked. They were in the same office and they fell in love with each other. And of course, everybody that knew them prayed to have a relationship like theirs. But about a year into their courtship, Adewoman decided that, well, they had to put an end to that relationship and asked why that had to be so. She said her former fiancé, known as Ola, had raised eyebrows, saying that she was being indecent for going with a man who came from the same village as he, and also and that their family compounds were just adjacent to each other. That why should she leave him and go to a man so close? And the man tried to make her realize that, well, since there were no complications in the matter, there was nothing to worry about, because in the first instance, Ola and Adewoman never had sexual intercourse throughout their courtship period because that was against their culture, and they were faithful to their cultural demands. And also in this case, Ademan, Adewoman, they were not sleeping together, so it was all pure that she was free to pick any other person after they had broken up. And he tried to make her realize that what mattered would be their home. However, Adewoman would not reason that way, and she insisted on going her way. About 2 months later, maybe fortunately or unfortunately for her, she was transferred from that place to another state. Not quite long after that, Ademan too was transferred. And so for 20 years, they didn't see each other again. They didn't hear anything about each other. But after about 20 years, fortune brought them together into the same office. And by this time, each of them had depreciated, had become so emaciated, and had become worse than a shadow of himself or herself. When they compared notes, they realized that they had both been grossly unfortunate in marriage. And their homes were hot, their homes were hells on earth. And so they were both sorrowful. And the love they had for each other initially resuscitated. Albeit they were being decent. There were no indecent interactions between them, but they found in each other the carrier of shoulders to cry upon. They were emotionally involved, but in purity. Not quite long, news filtered to their respective homes, and their respective spouses flared up, accusing them of marital infidelity. There was no way they could convince the wife, on the other hand, and the husband, that nothing indecent was happening. About 4 months later, two terrible incidents happened almost immediately, almost concurrently. Ademan was found to have been poisoned, and so he had to be rushed to the hospital. Almost the same time, Adewoman was attacked by hired assassins. She was fortunate to have escaped, but not without losing one eye and one leg to the assassin's bullets. Investigations revealed easily, anyway, that the person who was the prime suspect, Ademan's wife, was actually the one that orchestrated that attack and that also poisoned her own husband, deeming the husband worthy of death for, in her own words, betraying their marriage vow. And also, she thought Ade woman had to be dealt with terribly for trying to snatch her husband. So for the remaining days, remaining years of Ademan's, she has to live in ill health as a result of the poison. And Ade woman has to live with only one eye, and one leg had been amputated. Now, people have been trying to pass judgments. They have been trying to offer a piece of advice. Some people are putting the blame on Ola, who saying that he was too selfish, that after he didn't want to, decided not to marry a woman again, why did he interfere in a relationship? And others say no, it was a woman's fault, that she shouldn't have allowed such a baseless accusation to change her mind. And others are saying Ade man did not manage the situation very well. Others are blaming their spouses. So who do you blame? Who should, or what proportion, what percentage of the blame would you apportion to any one of them? That's what we want to know. Or do you think there is still a way out, something that could be done? All these I want to see in your comments. Let's judge this matter together. And we still continue to be in our family house. Life and Living with Samson Olatunji. Thank you very much.
It's better